Alright guys, we're going to do a little walk around here on the 986. So let's talk about this car. If you are looking to get into a manual, any Porsche, for probably under 10 grand, that's in halfway decent condition, we all know that's pretty tough. So if that's your goal, here you go. So let's talk about these wheels. They are Victor's. I kind of like them, actually. I did source some new OE center caps. Obviously you can see there was like a kind of a not the best painting job done on the calipers at some point, and the paint's starting to peel off. But again, this car is not perfect. I'm not going to say it's never going to be perfect. I just personally think you buy it and you enjoy it and you don't worry about the cosmetics. So I ran paint meters. It doesn't look like it's ever had any body work or paint work. We have a clean Carfax report. Now on these Gen 1 986s, you will see some clear coat issues, especially if the car was kept outside, which this one probably was. So we have some clear coat bubbling on the hood there. I tried to point that out as well as I could. Right here, a few other smaller spots, but those are the big ones. And then back on the clamshell, tonneau cover, whatever you want to call it. Again, on the Gen 1 986s, it's fairly common to see some clear coming off right here. But again, this doesn't affect, enjoying the car. Taking it out on the weekends, going to Cars and Coffee. I mean, it's fun. It's cheap Porsche fun. That's not a tippy. And then I added the, the supple leather, the 911 embossed seats. The seats that were in it, they really weren't terrible. I just have had these seats to use in another, Boxster or 911 for a while. This was a good opportunity to kind of get them out of my garage. But as you can tell from the reflection, I mean, the body is in good shape. It's just got 99. I mean, it's 25 years old. So we're gonna do a light check. There really isn't that much on this car to demonstrate. I usually do my everything works check. Let's see. So it has manual, trunk and front, which really isn't a bad thing. Because if you need to jump it off, it makes life a little easier. It's a very analog car, which I'm sure there are guys out there that enjoy the simplicity of the Gen 1 986s. There's a whole lot less to worry about braking. So on the passenger side, we're just going to demonstrate that the door handle is not floppy. The storage compartment hinge is good, and the seat back, which is about the only power option in this car, functions properly. There is some, these wear marks that we get on the seats that I see quite often. The seat's not perfect, but it's not ripped up, and I added the embossed headrest, which is kind of neat. Okay, go over to the driver's side. We're going to show the storage compartments in good shape. We're going to show the seat back moves like it should. The up and down latch is not broken. And that's a good thing to notice because a lot of them are. Alright, turn our lights off. So like I mentioned, there's not a whole lot in these cars. You can tell the backlights come on there. You can see them. Turn signals. Wipers. No cruise, no onboard computer. Check the horn. Check our mirrors. This actually is a no remote car, which I've never seen a no remote car. Meaning the second key I got cut doesn't have a remote. It's just that it has the lighted key head, which I've never seen one. It didn't come with a remote option. But as they say, first time for everything. So it has, the covers are good, but the spring mechanisms are worn out, but there's no lights. So the covers are intact, but they're floppy. So, I mean, if it were me, I'd probably just remove these, because if you ever have to use the sun visor, this thing's flopping around. It's got a clean DME, no over revs, no codes. AC is nice and cool. See, the cup holders are good. Well, I mean, you can't really put much in them. I could barely fit a Starbucks in them, but they're not broken. I guess that's what I mean by they're good. Locks. So the defrost button only comes into play if you have a hard top on. It does have an upgraded stereo, which is nice. See, there's your Bluetooth mic right there. Climate is good. Everything down here works. It does have the correct Lloyd floor mats with the red stitching, and let's see, we do have the little clips on the seat rails to keep the floor mats from bunching up at the pedals. We have a little wear on the shifter, like 99% of these. Let's see what else. So the ashtray stays closed. Passenger window, driver window. The hinge on the center console is not broken. That's really about it. Not much to these cars. The vents are in good shape. When these get broken, it's a pretty common thing. They're just unsightly. So yeah, it's a cool cruiser. We're gonna go ahead and close the top, and then I'm gonna go ahead and park it over at my office until it's auction time. There we go. The light is off the dash. Cycle is complete. All set. And like I always say, if you have any questions, by all means, please let me know. And thank you.